So here we've got the cubed root now of 32. And if it's helpful for you to list your cube roots on the side somewhere, feel free to do that. I've pretty much got them memorized. 32 does not have a cubed root, but 8 does, and 8 is a factor of 32. So we are going to split this 32 into an 8 times 4. And 4 obviously does not have a cubed root. It has a square root, but not a cubed root, because 2 times 2 times 2 makes 8. So 2 is going to be on the outside of this thing. 2 times the cubed root of 4 is what's going to remain inside the radical symbol, and it's because we took the cube root of 8 and pulled that out. Next, we have the fourth root of u to the power of 10. 10 does not divide evenly by 4, so we are going to, don't know what I'm doing here. We are going to factor u to the 10th into something that does divide by 4, which is going to be u to the power of 8. So that will be u to the power of 8 times u to the power of 2. We're going to factor out, or we're going to take the fourth root of u to the 8th. 8 divided by 4 is 2, so that will be u squared times the fourth root. And Alex probably won't do this. I'm going to put a time symbol here, because if I don't, this 4 that's right here gets me confused because it's right next to my 2. What's left inside is u to the power of 2. You could also write u to the power of 2, fourth root, u to the u squared, but this confuses me because that 2 is right next to the 4 and it messes with me a little bit. So I'm just going to write kind of confusing looking. I prefer. You can do whatever works for you. And I'm going to put where it looks confusing to me. It looks kind of confusing right there. And so, again, I would choose personally to write these with a multiplication symbol in the middle, just so I get some space between my exponent that's on the u and that fourth root looking thing. So again, either one of those is going to be acceptable, and that's what we got. Number 6, we're going to have the fourth root of 80v to the ninth. 80 does not have a fourth root, but 16 does, and 16 is a factor of 80. So 16 times 5 is going to make 80. We need something that divides by 4, which is going to be 8. So that will be times v to the 8th times v, because we had v to the ninth. And so the fourth root of 16 is going to be 2. Let's highlight what we're factoring out, or what we're taking the fourth root of. Taking the fourth root of those things, so the things that are not highlighted will remain. 8 divided by 4 makes 2. Again, I'll put the multiplication symbol here just so I separate that to the power of 2 in this fourth root here, because it just makes it a little bit easier for me to see what's going on if I do that. And so that works. You could also do 2v to the power of 2, fourth root, 5v. Again, that looks a little bit weird to me. So I would personally stick with the one that's inside the box. And I believe we've got our last one here. Yep. Kind of a quick one. I'll erase my work that I was doing here to solve it earlier. And so what we've got again is we need to be thinking of a number that is a factor of 32 that has a cubed root. That number is not 16, which I almost wrote. That number is 8. Because 2 times 2 times 2 makes 8. We need to split 8 into something that will divide into 3. That's going to be 6 and 2. And then the 12 divides evenly by 3, so that's going to work out nice for us. And so again, we're going to be taking the third root of that one, and that one, leaving everything else inside the radical symbol. That's going to give us 2. X, 6 divided by 3 is 2. W, 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then again, I will personally put the times symbol because we need the third root of 4x squared. That's how I would handle that one, folks. And then the other option, again, you could write it without that multiplication symbol, but it looks kind of wacky to me because that 4 and that 3 are right next to each other. So that is another option. Again, I would stick with the one inside the box. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you have an awesome day.